So I finally got my motorcycle back up and going. I had a little issue. It's a KLR 650. I put a new chain on it, and I kept having problems. I kept hearing this ronk, 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 ronk sound every single time I went on a test ride. Well, I figured out the problem was when I put the chain on it, I realized this bolt that holds the subframe on, it was actually sticking, it was stripped. So I stuck another bolt in it, and that bolt stuck out too far, and it hit the chain. But the nut that was on the back, right there, to where I cut it off, it was stripped. So I stuck a longer bolt through it and put a nut on it, and then every time I would load the suspension with my weight, that chain would hit that bolt. And so I instantly jumped to the conclusion that, oh, I need the transmission. And then I knew that wasn't right, but I just, sometimes when you're a mechanic, you jump to a conclusion and you're like, oh, it's got to be this. But you know in your gut that it's not really that. You just need to do a little more diagnostics on it. So I figured it out, got it fixed. And today is November 21st. It's a Monday. I don't have my sons for Thanksgiving this year. I won't see them until December 1st. So why not go on a little adventure? I don't have actual riding gear. I've got a pair of waterproof, windproof coveralls that I found on Amazon. Trying them out. I've got some waterproof, windproof snow pants. I've got a leather jacket that I've had for years. This one. Now I do have my riding jacket that's got pad and stuff in it, but this is, it's only good to about 50 degrees. At least for me, it's only good to about 50 degrees because the wind penetrates it too easily. So I'm gonna wear my leather jacket, gloves, hit the road, and if I need something, I'll go get something. One of the problems I have with riding is around the helmet, at 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, especially 90 where I ride, it gets really, really loud and extremely cold. And they sell special stuff for it, but at Walmart, 12 bucks, got me a fleece scarf. And it's over in the women's section, so if you guys want to get one, you're gonna have to go over to the women's section. But I'm going to get everything on, go over to the gas station over there, get filled up, and then get on the road and see how far we can last on a single tank. Well, it's 6:30 in the morning. I'm in Childress, Texas, and it is 33 degrees outside. So I don't have actual riding gear, cold weather gear, anything like that. So I just bundle up tremendously. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what I end up putting on. Base layer. I call them thermals because I'm old. These are Duluth Trading Company work pants, and I have built-in pants. I use these mechanic pants. These are freaking awesome. Now this is a TSLA waterproof, water resistant pair of thermal coveralls. I'm not real happy with these because they're super thin. They're supposed to be insulated, and they are, but really wish they're going to be thicker. And the socks I'm wearing is, I think there's another merino wool. You can't find these anymore. Bought these on Amazon, I think. And they're really good socks. So, fun fact about these socks. I bought these when I was on the fire department because I was told you don't want to have normal socks because normal socks end up having rayon and polyester and stuff in them. And they'll actually melt to your feet. You want wool because wool, one, if it gets wet, it keeps you warm. It still keeps you warm. But two, in case of a fire, it'll just burn. Which sounds bad, but it's better to have things burn off of you than melt to your skin because then it causes more problems. But come to find out, you can't get 100% wool socks. I don't care if it's merino wool or not. If you look online, all wool socks have some sort of material to make them stretchy, and that stretchy material is polyester or rayon or something like that. Now these do keep my feet warm, so I do like them. But if you're ever told, a fireman, you should get wool socks because they won't burn, well, good luck. You have to have some made. But if you do have made, they're not going to not melt to your feet if you get in the fire that bad. Put on just a regular old work hoodie. Anxious to get outside because I'm already burning up. I've had this jacket for 17 years so far. I don't think they're in. I don't even think they're in business anymore. And this is an actual riding jacket I built. Got a thermal layer in it. This jacket is pretty good up till about 55 degrees. After about 55 degrees, the wind just cuts through it. Bike's still here. Might need to stop somewhere and get a little screwdriver. Or no, I got a little screwdriver bit. But it started running a little rich yesterday a couple times. It backfired once, twice. Which means it's running rich. There's a mixture screw on it, but it's usually just an idle mixture screw. I don't think that's gonna do anything. But I read about some guys online that that's what they adjust when they go in the mountains and stuff. So I'm gonna try it out and see. Probably take it in about a quarter turn, maybe half turn, and choke off that fuel a little bit. I know, so I changed gears and sprockets on it and I went to a 520 conversion. Originally I had a 16 tooth front and I think a 43 tooth in the rear, or 46 or 47. So I actually added gear to it, which means I went to a higher highway speed. And it worked really good. I can get about 95, 100 miles an hour, 105 at top. But I did this chain conversion. I ordered a 16 tooth front and it didn't work for some reason. So I had to order a whole new set. I put the whole new set on and I'm up around like 90, downhill I get around 95. So I really want to get that 16 tooth front back on it. But at 90, 95, it really just runs out of power. Well, let's see if the KLR starts. I'm gonna let it warm up for a minute and then hit the road. Made it to Amarillo. I forgot to fill up. I had to stop last night in Childress. Couldn't make it to Amarillo last night, but I ran my bike completely out of fuel on the highway. Had to flip it over to reserve. Problem is when you're doing 90, 95 all the time on a KLR, you've got 6 gallons of fuel, but that'll only get you around 150, 160 miles. So I'm just northwest of Amarillo, Texas, and if you guys have ever driven out here on Tascosa Road, you've seen this installation up here. Weird looking deal, and what that is called, it's called the Floating Mesa. It was made by a guy named Stanley Marsh. Stanley Marsh was known for being a eccentric billionaire, philanthropist, but he's also known for a bunch of child molestation charges. Apparently, in this area, there's a boys ranch, and he would have tons of boys, underprivileged youth, come out to his ranch and take advantage of them. Stanley Marsh is also responsible for the Cadillac Ranch and a bunch of other different art installations. Just a weird, eccentric guy, but if you guys have ever wondered what that is, well, it was created by a pedophile. Weird Texas fact, now you know. Well, just north of Trinidad, in between Trinidad and Manitou Springs. I'm trying to get Manitou Springs tonight, but KLR is running good. Exhaust, yeah, you can tell it's leaking, but I'm not too concerned about it. What a beautiful shot. Mountains over here. The southern part of the Rocky Mountains. When I stopped in Trinidad, I stopped at a little restaurant in Trinidad. Met some pretty cool people and got the last order of tacos, and the tacos were pretty decent. Beautiful time right now. I'm hoping to get up some more of these mountains in. So my cold weather setup's working pretty well right now. I know there's going to be better outfits out there, and it's warmed up a little bit, but as soon as that freaking sun goes down, it's going to be a problem. Everything on the bike's going. I got plenty of oil. The exhaust leak is still cracked, but it's somewhat holding together. So now the only really problem I have is this stupid tire. It's a Kenda. But that scalloping like that, man, it's got plenty of air in it,
we just checked the air. I read online those tires just do that, but it's not too big of a problem, but definitely wouldn't want it shaking, so I have to get a new tire soon. Well, I made it to the base of Pikes Peak. That's a little gate right there that they take your money and your shekels to go in. KLR is running great. I am kind of concerned. I rebuilt the carburetor, and when I rebuilt it, I put in a larger jet. And I did some mods to the airbox, but it's still running a stock muffler with a crack in it. But the higher elevation you go, the higher altitude, the leaner things tend to run. There's not as much oxygen, or excuse me, they're richer, and you need more oxygen. And there is no way on a carburetor to adjust that. You can adjust your idle mixture screw, but that's only the idle mixture circuit. That's not going to really do anything. You put in a jet, and I put in a larger jet when I did it, but we'll see how it goes. I've read other guys got their KLRs up to 11,000, 12,000 feet. Pikes Peak is like 14.4 or 14.2, something like that. So all I can do is get on the trail and then see how high I can go. If y'all ever get a chance to go to Manitou Springs, Manitou Springs is at the south end of, it's right at the base of Pikes Peak, or pretty much the base. It's like 5 miles away. There's a place called the Penny Arcade, and it's really cool. They have all these old school arcade games, Donkey Kong, even older than that. And they all work, and they're all really cheap. They're like 25 cents each. But it takes up this whole little area right here. So for you big kids, it's a fun little spot. And younger kids like it. My sons liked it when we were here. Well, I made it. Well, I made it to the top. Tried 3 different times to get this stupid phone to keep filming all the way up, and it filmed 3 seconds and then stopped. Other than that, a good ride. Other than getting stuck behind people. Really sucks trying to ride. And you get stuck behind somebody that wants to do. You're welcome. Get stuck behind somebody that wants to drive at 4 miles an hour. I've had several times it was so people were going so slow that first gear was too high of a damn gear, and I had to slip the freaking clutch just to get up. It's annoying. But man, what a view. Currently the wind's blowing 20 miles an hour, and there's -4. Quite a fun time. Well, I've tried 3 or 4 different times putting my phone on this clip and it's getting into work and record, and it's only recording for like 15 to 20 seconds at a time. It will not record for some reason. I don't know if something's pressing the top button or if it just senses whatever, but I'm not gonna get any good footage running around. I'm gonna set it back up and hit record on the way down to see if I can get some footage on the way down, but very frustrating. But still a good time nonetheless. I'm gonna head down, get on the road, and then probably start heading towards East Texas. Well, made it down just fine. Not a single problem. Probably need some new brakes after this. I already needed new rear brakes anyway, and they were getting kind of low, so perfect excuse to upgrade and get some better ones. But on the way up, nobody was letting me past them at all. Like, I had one person let me past them, which was awesome. Everybody else wasn't gonna happen. But on the way down, every single person I came up behind pulled over and let me pass, which is awesome because I like to ride spirited, and I didn't push it too hard. You know, it's a KLR. It's not a high performance bike or anything, but you can tell how spirited I got by looking at the back tire all the way to that edge. Which means I didn't push it all the way as far as I could. Now, I did hit my pegs a couple of times. Oops. Which means I was pushing it to its limit. But now I need to figure out where to go. I called Justin earlier, and Justin told me that I got a little bit of a sinus headache or altitude headache. It's supposed to be raining in his neck of the woods, and he's not sure if he's gonna be able to go on a trip this weekend or not, so I don't know. I think I'm heading back to Texas, but I'm about to call Justin and find out, and then see if he still wants to go on a ride, and if he doesn't, then I don't know where I'm gonna end up. Don't think I'm quite done exploring.